prepare myself with audio. I'm gonna change this. Hold on. Cool. Let's get crazy. Alright. Got a thing of whiskey. Got my comic page. Got music going. It's gonna be good. Yo, what's up, my friend? How you doing? How are you? Welcome to the Streamy Poo. Just inking, just finishing this page. You know. You saw it yesterday. Pretty much began the journey of finishing this page 14 minutes ago. I was gonna get on earlier, but I saw a YouTube video and I kept watching it. Oh yeah? Heck yeah, get some art done. Get some art done. My friend. It's a big thing. I was thinking about these streams and kind of like, what do I want these to be, kind of thing. I think for now I kind of want them to be kind of like a drawing companion, you know. So I know I've watched other artists before as they're making stuff, and it's just like, it feels like you're in the studio with that person. So that's always nice. So it's not super lonely, you know? I appreciate it. Oh yeah, that's what I'm thinking I'd use it as. Hell yeah. Sounds good. Sounds good. What are you working on today? I stream as if I'm part of a group joining session. Yeah, so that's good. That's good. You know, and then when people join the chat, sometimes, once in a while on Discord, you know, things get a little livelier in here. That's always nice. But what do you think about, I got this background music going. You think that's cool? Or should I just keep it silent and just like listen to music in my earbud? I don't know, because I don't want to play like copyright music, because I know I'd get like striked on Twitch or YouTube or whatever it is. So like a copyright flag or whatever. Tonight I'm working on some mini comics for an Instagram post. You dig the music? Alright, cool. Keep the music going then. But mini comics for an Instagram post, that's dope. That is good. I need to be better about posting my stuff. I have stuff ready to post, like comics that I've worked on in the past, and I still have yet to post them. I don't know why I keep slacking on that. I just need to do it. You know, and I got one idea for, I don't know, I got one idea, and I got two ideas, you know, and three, and I don't even know what I was going to say, but I had an idea about something. What was I going to say? Yeah, the Instagram post is for the Decrim Nature group? Okay. Alright. Sweet. Yeah, if you want to post the link or something, you know, check it out. Man, what was I gonna say? God, I don't know. It'll come to me later on, I guess. I'm tired. I don't know what's going on. The music fits your work well. Sweet. Cool. Very good. I was thinking it did, you know. I like listening to this kind of synthwave stuff when I'm making, you know, electronic, you know, medieval-esque monster stuff. Whatever you want to call this. It's weird sci-fi stuff. I'm into it. This thing last night. I was literally at an art store yesterday looking at T-squares, you know? I was looking at these little T-square guys, these ones, and then last night, same day, come home, drops on the ground, snaps. It's like, really? I was literally looking at those yesterday. Whatever. Damn, that sucks. Yeah. It was cool. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. You're mad. But yeah, it was a little aggravating. I don't know. They were kind of like surprisingly more than I thought they'd be, like money wise at that art store. So I don't know. Yeah, I do gotta get a metal one. I do. I'm just gonna do it. I gotta bite the bullet and just get it one of these days. Just gotta get one, yeah. What do I want to do with this? Oops. Yeah, I think I'll get a metal one. I'll get a metal one soon, very soon. Like maybe tomorrow. Sometime this week. I did get paid today, so I could go tomorrow. Just do it. Do it. I'll tell you what though, these Micron pens, pretty sweet. I like those. I like them very much indeed. You know, if they ever want to like sponsor me or anything, I'll think about it. I'm just kidding. I'd do it. I would do it. I don't see how to share Instagram profiles outside of Insta, but search decriminalize nature and it'll come up. Alright. Will do. Thanks for trying though, I appreciate it. I put those in the notes for the YouTube upload too. I'm deaf about the Micron life. Hell yeah. I've never used, like I've used Microns, but I've never used like these like marker tip ones. So this is a nice product, I will say. It has like the line variation that I want, you know? Rather than just having like the dead line that a lot of Microns have, like usually they have, you know what I mean? There's no like flexible like thick to thin kind of thing, but with this you can kind of get a little bit of different lines going on, little wiggle in it. Can make things a little thicker, thinner when need be. Not by a whole lot, but you know what I'm saying. You're smelling what I'm stepping in. And I really can't wait to finish this book. It's gonna be cool. And I'm trying to figure out WordPress so I can archive a lot of the comics that I've been doing and stuff, so I'm gonna try it out. I know Dave Kellett does that with his Drive book. His Drive webcomic and Sheldon. I don't read a whole lot of that, but I came across their work on the Comic Lab podcast. They got a lot of really good stuff, and I might be a Patreon backer here in a few, just to get some access to some more knowledge on like business stuff, things to think about. So they do dive into a lot of that kind of stuff on their podcast. Just making a living as an artist, and I'm definitely wanting to do that. Obviously having a fan base helps, so keeping that into consideration. But it's a slow build, of course, but worthy at the end. So be patient. Oh yeah. Nice. It's a hard life out here for artists. Yeah, seriously. But definitely worth it, I'm sure. Yeah. I had a lot of flops last year happen, but talked to Tyrell Cannon a little bit. And if you don't know his work, I highly recommend looking him up. Also, really nice guy, really. He sent me like paragraphs of an answer, and I just couldn't thank him enough for all the useful info that he sent my way, just to a stranger, He didn't have to do that, but he went the extra mile, so that was super awesome of him. But we talked a little bit after Heroes Con, like we had our Kickstarter happen, and then it failed. And then, he was reaching out, asking what was going on, and I told him that, we just didn't have enough, eyes on it. We don't have, a super big, fan base to really push this thing right now, so we're just gonna wait a little bit. and then try it again whenever the time is right. And yeah, he pretty much said the same thing. It's like, yeah, I mean, the indie life, or like artists, you know, it's hard, but in the end, it'll be worth it. It'll pay off. So, super cool guy. Which he does YouTube streams on Tuesdays. So I recommend checking him out on the YouTubes. And he's got a image book coming out soon, or he's finishing up, I think, with Mike Spicer on colors, just doing his thing. Called the what's it called? The Schlub. It's pretty great. Pretty fun book. He's definitely having a whole lot of fun when he draws it. You can feel it. And just hearing the realism from other artists is always reassuring. Yeah. Even Steven Zapata, when I had a workshop with him, talking about like personal projects and timelines and stuff, and he even mentioned that like things take a lot longer than you think, you know, like even finishing something, it might take way longer than you realize, especially with like beginner artists that are trying to do like comics or illustration or whatever, and they're not expecting something to take like 40 hours, and it does, or maybe a few months, you know, to finish something, and it does. So I'm sure that kind of stuff always helps other artists out there, and that's always good. Always good. Especially helps when people are super nice. Like Daniel Warren Johnson, probably another one of like the nicest guys I've ever met in comics. Like he was literally looking at my portfolio for like half an hour. This was like 2 years ago, before the big Transformers boom, I guess. Super cool dude. And Tyrell did the same thing. He walked up to the table that I was at, and just started flipping through pages for a while. I can't find my pen. There it is. Just started flipping through pages for like a good bit, and we were just having a conversation. As I stopped by his table like earlier that weekend. And we just, you know, started talking. Just dudes having a good time, you know. But him looking at that, saying good things. Dan looking at the portfolio, saying good stuff, like super reassuring. Very grateful. little nub of a thumbnail poking out there, so a little bit. Okay. Well, looks like a hand. We'll put in some more veins. That dog needs to calm down. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know what's going on. I think he's just mad that he's in bed. Yeah, I got two labs. Silver lab and a yellow lab. They're both brother and sister. The silver lab is the boy, and he's so dumb. He's so dumb. Oh man, he's great. He's great. And you know, the yellow lab too. She's just so sweet. They got the eyes that just like, you're like, I can't look at you right now. You're too cute. But they're also like both super overweight. So they're just, I think they're like 1 and some change maybe, or maybe almost 1. I can't remember entirely. Oh my god, they're so fat. They're so fat. Yeah, they're funny. They got the waddle when they wag their tail. You know, their behind just like also wags a little bit. Just jumping, you know. The boy jumps a lot. The girl, she just looks at you. Like when you're sitting down in the chair, she'll just look at you and then just lay down, and then like her head, like this will be her head. Like say you're like sitting down, this is your knee, right? So this is like, camera is your eyes, right? This is her head, and she just and she just sits next to you and just stares at you. And then like as you're trying to pet her head, she's just trying to get your hand even more with it. She's wacky. The attention, they just love it so much. Oh, thank you, master. Thank you. You know, I don't feed them like crazy. That's my grandma. Oh, she's a character. Yeah. I mean, they're both characters, for sure. Those dogs are quite the goobers, but they're so adorable, so adorable. Just trying to thicken up those hands a little bit, at least the lines. Since this is right in the foreground. I got a pit myself. I'm sure he's got some lab mix in there as well. Dude, pits are great. My buddy Kevin, that's on here once in a while, he'll be talking in the background. He's got a big goofy goober of a pit bull. Oh man, he's just a big meatball head. He's so big. He's not fat. He's just like super jacked. But I think Kevin's fattened him up over the year he's had him. A little bit. He's great. I think we all just like to spoil our dogs a little too much. It's probably it. But yeah, pit bulls are adorable. And then people are so afraid of them too. It's like, come on. Like, any dog would be crazy if they were like insanely trained. Or neglected and stuff, you know what I mean? Like, it's not just pit bulls that are crazy, you know what I mean? Like the negativity around those dogs. Like, come on, dude. Understand the scenario. It's not every single pit bull. It's not every single dog either, you know? It's the circumstances. Just like people. If they're put in a crazy situation, then they might be a little crazy, you know? Or they're goofy goobers, like Hopper. Hopper's a goofy goober. And everyone loves Hopper. Yeah, unfortunately. Just one stigma that we don't need. So we just gotta adopt some pit bulls and love them and make them fat. Give them some love. Or any dog. You know what? If you don't have a dog, if someone watches this in the future, you don't have a dog, you want a dog, go to the pound. Go to the pound and get a dog. I dare you. My aunt used to work at a pound. She was a vet. Yeah, I adopted. Nice. Very good. Very good. You got to. Gotta adopt. It's like, why would I pay like thousands of dollars for a certain type of dog? Like, it's... No, I'm just gonna go to the pound and get a sweet little thing. Sweet little girl, sweet little boy. And then fatten them up. It's no big deal. exactly. I never got that. Yeah, it's like you think I have money to buy like a purebred French bulldog or whatever? No. Get out of my face with that. No, sir. I just want to spoil a puppy. That's it. Hmm. Okay, so we got that. And we got one more sip. Let's see. Let's see if we can finish this gal right here. Big ol' hands about to be drawn. It's gonna be crazy. Watch out, hands. Holy smokes. Coming in. Coming in with the hands. Coming in with the hands. Alright, I'll stop moving. Let's go. Arms. Let's get that hand meat in there. Some more hand meat. Get the side hand meat. It's like coming at you like that, right? So, right there, hand come out. Pop right there. And then pop right there. Yeah. Just gotta be quick about it. Gotta be quick. Just gotta tell the story. Gotta tell the story. And it's like just coming at you like that. Yeah. Pop right there. So then I just pop right here. And then right there. Right there. Bang, bang. Boom. There's a hand. Big old meaty super hand. Whoops. Popular on Discord right now. Oh my gosh. What's going on? Hold on. Okay. Nope, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me on this stream. You didn't have to, but you did, and I appreciate it. And if you're busy making stuff, awesome. Share it with us in the Discord if you'd like.
His name is Benny.
Hey
He
yo.
is a drawer. He draws things.
It's Sam.
Sorry. Unfortunately. Video game time. Video game time.
How dare you? Well, I gotta turn down the music. I didn't realize how loud it was.
Oh, I can't hear it, so.
Oh, you can't?
Nope.
Huh?
And I have you pretty high on volume, so I don't know. Maybe there's like noise canceling or something.
Maybe.
I mean, you can blast it if you want. I don't give a shit.
Oh, well, no, I want to hear you. You know?
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just body doubling with you. Also, hello, person in chat.
Yes.
Side Billy.
Side Billy.
My name is Sam, and I'm stupid.
They did have a name before. They changed it recently.
Sketch.
Was it Birth 2000 something? I can't remember the exact name, but
More like cool person. More like cool person.
yes.
You're
Yerp, what up? There they are. They're just chilling. They're making mini comics. So.
I was gonna play a video game, but then I got enticed by your drawing, so I'm just gonna sketch a little bit.
Hey. Burr. That's what it was. Sorry. Yeah. Burr 2880.
Weird. That's Vietnamese for cool dude. So.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Crazy. This is a default name that I finally changed. Very good. Very good. I get you. My name, my Xbox name was shown Warfreak. That I put down Warfreak because so when I was a kid, I would play a lot of war games like Gears of War, Call of Duty, you know, Medal of Honor, all that stuff. And I was like, well, I'm like 11. Warfreak sounds cool. And I typed that in, and then it was like, that's not available, but Shown Warfreak is, and this and that with a whole bunch of numbers, and I was like, Shown Warfreak it is, because I didn't know you couldn't change your name. I picked it, and then I never changed that gamer tag. I still have that gamer tag today on Xbox.
I am Sam T. Lamb everywhere, except there are a few vestiges of that early era for me. I think I mentioned that my handle for the longest time was Genostar, named after Geno, the character from Super Mario RPG, which I just replayed. I should say I played the remake, which was actually an improved. Like, the original game was really good, but they actually added some stuff that made it even better.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
It's 12 hours of just effing good fun, beautifully designed game. I keep champing at the bit to play Fallout, and I'm thinking I should just do that.
Just do it, dude. Are you gonna restart your story and stuff, or?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
I like that beginning.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think I might play as a cool woman this time. I don't know. I want to see what the game is like.
Same. I might do that. Like I've been thinking about Fallout recently. Now you guys were talking about Fallout yesterday and today, and now I'm like I just want to play Fallout. Also, the show is coming out soon. Like,
oh, that's right,
dude.
It's gonna be on HBO. What is it gonna be on?
Amazon.
Yes, that's right. I remember seeing the teaser trailer.
Yeah. It looks very Fallout, so I'm happy.
Yeah, it's like, and I think this trailer made me Cy Billy says, yeah, I'm thinking of restarting with mods. I should do that now, especially because I have a powerful ass gaming machine.
Heck yeah.
Speaking of powerful asses, Ben Hill is here.
You stole my line, Sam. I joined the voice chat, and all I hear is, I've got a powerful ass, and then you followed it up with gaming machine. I'm like, Sam, I bet you do have a powerful ass.
Look, those deadlifts and squats, they must count.
Tones and all, just tone it in.
Yeah.
They must count for something.
They must count for something. Oh, I love you guys. It's great.
I don't know how to share things. I was gonna share stuff. Where's the share? Is there a share? Oh, that's share screen. I don't want to do that. Damn.
There's an alternate start mod I'm gonna use and then play on survival. Dude, yes. Yes. Silo Billy, yes. Do it. I dare you. I did that recently with Skyrim. I started with the alternate start, put on some insane survival mods in Skyrim, and I've just been literally wandering Skyrim. I've been playing the main mission too, and some like side quests here and there, but it's been amazing. I keep playing Skyrim, and I'm like, this game is amazing. Like, this game's so good.
There's a reason why Bethesda's like, we're just gonna keep milking this for all it's worth, and we're like, yeah, honestly, we get it. Like, I can make fun of it, but I kind of get it.
They even make fun of it. Like, that's the funny thing too. It's like, yeah, of course, why not?
There's something about Fallout 4 specifically. Like, I like New Vegas a lot. Like, something about 4 that just scratches a particular itch, and a lot of it's positive association.
Yeah.
Because Fallout 4 was the primary game that, like, after a major hiatus in my life from video games, I went back into it. And it's basically like when I took a huge break for law school and the first few years of legal practice. And then, like, my second or third year of law practice, I was like, I'm just going to get a gaming laptop and, like, what games have come out in the last 6 to 7 years, you know? And Fallout 4 had. And so I play, so I think it just has, and then I've been gaming since, like, pretty consistently. And I think, like, so it has a very special place in my heart. It's also, like, although it's open world, it feels not like, okay, like RDR2, which I really loved, has a lot of moments where it's just sprawling expanse.
Yeah.
And with Fallout 4, there may be moments like that, but because of the context, right? Of
Yeah.
like you're living in a post-apocalyptic like whatever, and there could be like fucking mutants that jump out at any moment. Like it's very
Keeps you on
tense.
edge,
The atmosphere. Yeah. So you never feel like you're just walking around. Like you feel like anything could jump out at any moment.
Dude,
Um,
the True mod, was it the True Storms mod on Fallout? Just like you can also edit it to where ghouls will come out during the radioactive storms. So then there will be a school or like a horde of zombies just like roaming around. That happened to me one time in Fallout 4 where I had that mod on, and then it was a radioactive storm and I was trying to find shelter, and I could see in the distance just like a shadow, like an army like marching towards me, and I was like, oh god. And then I just got into a warehouse and they followed me into the warehouse and I was like fighting
Yeah.
for my life. It was so good. I loved it so much. Oh man. Yeah, I love that game. Also, I'm from Massachusetts, and then Fallout 4 being in Massachusetts, and they
Yeah.
literally nailed it. They
I've
nailed
always
it.
I've always wanted to ask if anyone is familiar with Boston, like what that's like, because it's similar with
Yes.
like, hey, is GTA 5, does that capture LA? And any
Yeah.
Angelino will be like, yes, yes. There's no video game that has ever existed that captures LA better than GTA 5. That might change, but that's just
Yeah.
the reality right now.
No,
So
dude.
yes, I have heard that about Boston.
Yeah.
Um,
They nailed it, man. Like the highways, like the green highways and stuff. Just like some of the markings and like the history trail thing. Oh my god. Like there's so many things in it. So many things. The boat, all of it. I love it. I love it so much.
You love all the things.
I love it all. Yeah, I'm a lover, you know. And a fighter.
and really a fighter too, but only like when I ask for it. That I had, going back to Fallout 4, like I had a similar experience. Oh, sorry. Cybilly also said in chat, I love it. The camping / backpack mods and vampire mods and survival adds so many more hours of gameplay.
Oh, yeah.
That's so cool. Oh, you know what just occurred to me?
Yeah.
Played the deal Fallout 4.
Wait, what? Say that again?
I haven't played the DLC
Oh,
for Fallout 4.
dude, it's
But
so
I don't-
good.
I might still just do a new playthrough. To be honest,
Yeah.
I don't really remember, like, if I
Yeah,
were to
yeah.
pull out my old user account, like I'd be like, I don't even remember what
What is
like-
the button?
gear I have or anything. So might as well, yeah. But I had a similar experience to you of that kind of like apparently spontaneous game experience. This is a pretty popular one where there's this random like underground parking structure, and it's unmarked, and it's just a random building, and I just like saw a door, so I walk into it, and it's super dark.
Yeah.
And it's super creepy, and you keep going down, and you swear that you're seeing things in the corner, and then when you go down, suddenly like just a mob
Yeah.
comes jumping out at you. It's a bit like The Last of Us, that one
Yeah.
basement scene.
Yeah.
And I remember like it happening when I played Fallout, and I just was screaming, running out, running back out.
Dude, I love Fallout. Fallout is my favorite.
And I
Skyrim
bet
and
it'll
Fallout 4.
perform.
Yeah.
Yeah, Skyrim. I actually recently went back with it. Like last year, I just put like 10 hours in. I just wanted to like get the juices, you know.
Yeah.
And it still holds up, you know.
Yep.
Like I would, you know, the graphics. I guess you would argue they're a bit dated. They still feel really good to me because they're like not necessarily trying to be hyper realistic.
Yeah.
It's still somewhat stylized. Yeah. So, yeah, I personally think that like both of those games have aged pretty well, just
Oh, yeah.
graphically.
Yeah. I mean, even with like the free update that they did on PC, like if you had the 10-year anniversary one, they just literally gave you the remaster for free. And
Yeah.
it was like with the higher textures and stuff. And also there's a lot of mods that retexture a lot of stuff too, so I mean, if you wanted to go that route, but yeah, it still holds up. I mean, it's like stylized enough to where, you know, it works, you know.
Exactly. Yeah. Does EA have a client still, or do they just sell things on Steam? Hardy wants to go back and play Apex Legends as well. Oh, by the way, so Ben just shared with me some Spawn work he's working on, and I said "fuck you" to him.
Oh.
Because it's really good. It is. It's a sign of my like general like mental wellness that when I see you guys making art, I am envious, but I'm also so excited. Like I love seeing what my friends make.
Yeah.
Not that I've ever been especially jealous, but it's sort of like it's more that when I used to be in a funk and I would see my friends make art, it would remind me that I wasn't, and I would feel guilty about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I don't really feel that because I'm mostly at peace with I just my ebbs and flows are my ebbs and flows. I've learned to try not to micromanage them too much,
Yeah.
but it's okay to be a bit bummed out because I like making shit, and so it's like when the stars aren't aligned, it's a bit of a bummer, right? You're like like I have all these ideas and I sit down to like work on them and they just don't like take, and it's like yeah, that happens, Sam. When they do take, they'll take.
Yeah.
There's this guy that I don't think you know, or maybe you talked to him. His name is Ink. He's on MT Wells's server.
I have not talked to them
Yeah,
yet.
he's this British guy. He's an accountant actually.
Oh, wow.
So we kind of are very similar in that like we have these like pretty successful like corporate
Yeah.
jobs, and then we do art pretty seriously on the side. And he and I were talking. He was the way he framed it was really cool. He said like, it's really interesting is that when you when you look at your life after the fact, right, or somebody else's life after the fact, you weave a narrative around that, like kind of like, oh wow, this person was a Renaissance man, like he did this and this and this. But it's interesting that when you're in the moment, you can be really hard on yourself, right? Because you don't know what the final story will be. So he's like, in your case, Sam, it sounds like you feel like bad or guilty or insecure about the fact that you're not spending more time on art. But if you look at the bigger picture, it's like you're a lawyer full-time, very successful, you seem to like your job.
Yep.
You have you're taking care of your family. You're a weightlifter, like a trained almost competitive weightlifter, and you make really good art, but on like a lot regular cadence. And so like you go through these waves where you make really actively some really good work, and then you move on. And that's like, it's a beautiful story. And when he framed it that way, and he's like, who knows what else is going to be in store for you. But I think that he was like decoupling for me the experience of going through the story and looking at the story from the end. And I think the danger in thinking too far ahead is that then you get in your own head. You don't enjoy the present moment, right? Just letting it arise organically. Because you're always checking, like, is this a good story? Is this a good story? It's like, it doesn't really matter. It's your story, right? Just let it unfold.
Yeah. I get you.
Yeah.
And we always have to remember, we are always going to be our own worst critic.
It's true.
It's so true. One of my favorite tweets, it's just a small species that way you said, but it's that a lot of artists don't like their art because it looks like they made it.
Yeah.
It's so true for other stuff in life. Yeah, it's like, it's not just true for art, it's true for like, it's like, I know I'm a lawyer, but like, I'm super silly, and I will say I don't have imposter syndrome anymore. I recognize I'm a good lawyer, but for the longest time I used to be like, oh, I slipped through the cracks. But even now, even though I know that I'm a good lawyer, I still have these thoughts of like, yeah, but you guys don't know like how, like, there's a lot of times where I'm uncertain and I don't know what decisions to make, and I'm just making a judgment call. And then I'll say that, and people will be like, yeah, I didn't think that it would be otherwise. I don't know what you thought, but in my head, I'm like, it feels deficient or it feels incomplete. But that's life, man. Like, this is maybe a bit morbid, but for those who've had to like put down a pet, there's no fucking instruction manual.
No,
or like
man.
my uncle put it. Yeah, when my uncle who put down his golden retriever was the first time like a pet in my extended family passed away, and he said, God isn't coming down with a trumpet and telling you, yep, now you do it. So you carry that uncertainty with you later, and you, over time, it's not that you make peace because you'll always miss this loved one, but that sense of insecurity about your decisions starts
that's
to
the right call. Yeah.
It mellows out. Maybe maybe it's too much to say like that you like make peace with it, but it kind of folds into the broader context of your life, and it doesn't seem as a big of a thing, right? Because you're gonna make a lot of other decisions later in life.
That's like one thing I'm terrified to do again.
It sucks.
Yeah, it does.
It's like we just did it last November. It was the only time that I've had to be a part of the decision making. It was our dog Winchell, and it was Yeah, that's gonna stick with me. For me, what's gonna
Yeah.
stick with me the rest of my life is the watching him go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
'Cause you're just kind of hoping that he understands and he's at peace, and he seemed at peace, but I'll never know, and I just have to kind of hope that that was the case.
Yeah.
But
Were
that's why I
you
did that
were
with
you
me.
there with him?
Yep.
Yes, he was surrounded by love, so
There you go. Then
Including-
it had to have
including-
been peaceful.
yeah, it could be, you know, when I think of like my dad had me when he passed, and like that's a blessing. Like I know it's really morbid, but we all have to go, and my
Yeah.
hope is that I don't go alone, you know, and that's all we can really hope for.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is we don't talk about. We only talk about art, which is not serious at all. It's like art is just about boobies and balls.
Yeah,
Well,
on
I
my
sent
streams,
you-
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you got, Manny who typically draws monsters. I sent you something with Spawn. There's a lot of death and some morbidity to those. So yeah, I think we pushed you to it. I
Yeah.
apologize.
I love.
We drove you to those thoughts.
Oh, you know what I kind of want to do tonight is maybe reread some Spawn comics. I'm sure there are like compendia.
Oh, yeah.
I loved Spawn growing up, or
Oh,
for
yeah.
the exact reasons that you just mentioned. I've always been an emo kid.
Yep, same.
Just me and Nick Drake and Pink Floyd and other such things. White people are so good at being emo. It's my favorite.
Oh,
thing to
yeah.
read.
Oh yeah.
Let's see, Spawn comics.
Especially the Damned. I mean, well, not emo. That's more goth, or the
Yeah.
start of goth. And then Typo Negative is very, very vampire music.
Whoa, what's this Origins collection? What is this?
I don't know, but it sounds like someone's gonna hit. Bye. Buy it now.
featuring the stories and artwork by Todd McFarlane himself that laid the groundwork for the most successful independent comic ever. Spawn Origins Volume 1 includes the introduction of not only Spawn but also a number of other memorable and menacing characters.
That sounds terrible. That sounds terrible. Just don't.
This looks awesome. I'm clicking through the sample right now.
Wait, don't you have access to that?
Who's the imprint? It's probably not.
It's Image.
I don't think I. Oh, it is Image.
Yeah.
I should ask.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
dude.
give you my home address too. You can pick up a second one.
I'll just show up in my underwear, just with like a box of comics.
Your wife
Don't-
opens the
don't
door
tempt me
like,
with a good
what?
time. Jesus, sounds amazing.
I like owning comics, but I have to say, like reading Kindle, like because when Amazon bought Comixology on my iPad Mini, it's actually pretty chill. Like, have you guys read digital comics?
No, can't.
I
do it.
have a little bit, but it wasn't
So-
on like the correct format though, so it was a little weird.
Yeah, okay, so the way that it's done now with a lot of the major like publishers are doing it on Kindle is when you swipe, it actually selectively zooms into panels, and even not even just that, like zooms into sections of panels. So if you keep swiping right, it mimics going like basically from corner to another corner of the page in order.
I think I did
Yeah, so
that
it-
with the
So
Marvel
glad-
books.
I'm so glad you caught yourself from saying queef.
Well, I it's important to me that you heard it in your head because I heard it in my head.
Oh,
So,
I heard it. It's gonna be amazing.
like, I'm a gay masculine person. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what that word means. Yeah. It's just I'm just into guys, so it's just farts, farts and balls,
Just farts.
Balls.
butt farts. Yeah, and so it's almost like you're watching a movie a little bit. Because there's also like like an animation that plays that like it goes across the page. It's actually kind of sick to be honest. It's really cool. Sorry, Billy. I don't know how old you are, but yeah.
That happened. Oh, that was funny.
Yeah, Spawn is so. It's just the design is, and I
Dude,
also just
seriously.
love billowing capes. Fucking love that shit.
Oh, dude,
Big
yeah.
ass capes.
When apparently when I think Alan Moore and Neil Gaiman were talking, or something. They were like, what do you think about Spawn's cape? Is it a lot? Like, why does it look inconsistent in each panel? And they're like, it's alive. It has to be alive.
Yeah.
And then Todd's like, yeah, it's alive for sure.
Yeah, totally it.
That's
How'd you
100% the
guess?
reason. Yeah, that's 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm.
It's just flowing like crazy. Yeah. So
I mean,
good.
I think what created Spawn was just improv back in the day.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of yes and, like, oh yeah, that's it, totally, cape's alive.
He's like,
Got
that's
it.
a really good idea. I think I'm gonna put that in the book.
A little racist. What's going on right now? Just not do
Yeah,
that.
way
Is
to
that
be racist against
Canadianist?
Canadians.
I don't know.
Like we will not
I hate
have Ryan Reynolds, Justin Bieber slander in here. Okay.
Is Justin
Those are-
Bieber
Can we at
Canadian?
least, can we
I
at
no
least
idea.
have Justin Bieber slander? I
No,
agree with
I
Ryan
think-
Reynolds.
I think I'm okay with him, especially once I found out like how fucked up he got from being in the industry too early, which he talks about pretty openly now.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
really?
it's his fault.
It's
Yeah,
his
same
fault.
way.
No.
God, you are the worst.
They know.
It's a good thing you're
better
good at art.
parents.
Oh God. Get better parents. It's that easy.
Yeah.
Actually, his
Yeah.
dad his dad seems a little bit messed up. What I can tell. I shouldn't
Oh.
laugh at something.
I was gonna say, it's like, you had all this money, you could at least afford better parents. Yeah.
It's like I just think of that bit in was it Parks and Rec when was it Bill Burnham? Is that what it is? Is
Bo
that the-
Burnham plays
Bo
the,
Burnham.
the country singer.
Yeah, and he's like, I asked for ham and cheese, Dad, and he just like throws
You
like
got it, son.
yeah, throws the Lunchable at his face or whatever. It's like, wow, you are a jerk. Yeah, you got it, boy. Yeah, for sure. It's a complete jerk.
I wish.
On Dad.
Uh,
Wow, I cannot draw guns. I hate guns. Manny, I'm gonna need you to like do all the gun stuff for me in the Western anthology. It's gonna
I
make
think-
every page a gun. That way, Manny just has to draw my pages for me.
It's just every it's you just do all of the guns in every angle you need.
Yeah, exactly.
On one
There's
page.
one here. There's another one over here. Dude, that's like every panel on the page. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
got it, man.
yeah. It's just an animation of like a 360 view of a gun. Like, it's like what? Copy, paste, and the pencils. There we go.
Oh Lord.
Nailed it.
Ooh, make Sam do something for the book. Make him do things.
Ew, what?
For the book?
I'm not even an artist. I don't know what you're talking about.
Shut up.
I mean, we could. If you
That's
want
what we
to.
did. So we did.
If you-
Just like a pinup page.
Yeah. Could do
Pretty
like
cool
a
piece of-
Western thing if you wanted to, Sam. If you wanted to. if you had any
Western
interest.
cyborg. I don't know,
Western
make, like-
cyborg.
Yeah.
Western theme, sci-fi if you want, but also Western, you know.
Yeah.
So,
What's
like,
like?
a robot who's
goddess-
a cowboy with guns?
Sure.
If you
Yeah.
want. I don't know.
That's true. I think that sounds cool.
I'd take it. I don't know.
I'm for it.
I know Nate had some interest in doing some pinups in it. I
Tell
don't know
Nate
if
no.
you were there. Tell me no. Oh man.
I don't care. I say hell yeah.
Yeah.
The more cool people that like can contribute content, the better. Especially if we anticipate needing some, assistance if other people just aren't able to
Yeah.
to jump in.
Yeah. No, I get it.
But
I
always
messaged
good to have backup.
messaged Riley
Always good to
too,
have
and he didn't answer me.
I wasn't naming names.
Well, they said call them out, so I gotta do it. But
I don't want them mad at me.
it's okay. They'll be mad
It's
at me.
Manny's fault.
I love it. I do it with love. It's okay. They said do
That
it,
is
so
true.
I'm doing it.
That is true. You do it with love.
I love Riley. I think Riley would make a really cool comic. He just needs to make it.
Hell yeah.
make it.
I agree.
I'm like, hey man, what's the update? Oh, I know Bailey will make something fucking sweet as well.
Yeah, how come we're not getting invited to the show opening? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I was
There's gotta
waiting.
be a
I was
show.
waiting for it.
We got nothing. Nothing.
It's like just waiting.
I mean, I'll come buy him drinks. I don't care.
Hey, yeah, seriously. I mean, I guess we could like, cause it's to like the middle of February or whenever. I can't remember when it ends, but it's up for a little bit. So the next time we meet, we could just meet at the show and then maybe.
Yeah,
go
but I
from
wanted to
there.
go and like meet all the other people that show up there, and you know,
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I like the vibe.
Yeah.
I like
Oh.
art opening.
Noah's in the chat. What's up, Noah?
Oh, hey, Noah.
No,
No, it's Sam and Ben, and then the Manny.
The Manny.
the Manny, the Manny that draws.
Yeah,
That's what
it's
this
true.
is named after.
That's true.
Manny be drawn. That's what they say. Manny be
I did have, so funny story, guys. I did have a
Waka
meeting,
waka.
a meeting with HR today after my
Wait,
manager.
With
No,
HR?
it's nothing bad. It's nothing bad. But
Oh.
it was a meeting because my manager put in his 2 weeks notice the other day.
drawn. Oh wow.
No.
My cool manager too, like the guy that I'm
Oh.
right next to. So now I'm gonna have to dealing with some poo poo.
Why don't you become the manager?
Nope. Not
Why
gonna
don't
do
you manage things?
it. No. It's
You get more
em-
money.
Yeah, but for embroidery, which know nothing about and stuff, and I don't want to like my embroidery team is like 2 people. I don't know anything. I don't know how to fix the machines. I don't know how to run the machines. It wouldn't make sense. It would make sense for my friend Aniele to be the manager, which apparently the other boss above Fernando was trying to just hand over everything to her without paying her more.
Oh, that ain't cool. You
Yeah.
gotta pay her.
And then Fernando was like, no. and
You
I
gotta pay
was
her.
telling my friend, like, no, do not accept that. Like, because they literally, I've seen them take advantage of people that are like super nice, you know, and they just say yes.
Oh.
And I'm like, I'm not doing that. They know not to tell me to do anything because I will immediately say no. Like I know. Like I know what my job description is, so it sucks for you.
Is it within my roles and responsibilities? I
Nope.
say no.
Yeah, didn't think so. Ask someone else, dude. Or maybe you could do it. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're best
Maybe
friends
you
with the
can
owner.
do your
Like,
job.
yeah. Anyway, so she was asking me if I was gonna stay, like, cause you know how I've been feeling, Sam. So
Yep, I do. Yep.
yeah, and I was just honest. I was like, she asked me if I was gonna be there for another year, and I was like, nope. Like,
I love
nope.
it.
And
I
then
mean, there's no sense in lying to HR. I mean,
well, I mean,
That's English, right?
she's been protecting the company rather than. Anyway, yeah, it's a shit show over there. I'm not staying. That's for sure.
it's
So
a poo-poo show.
yeah, and I've literally been talking to a whole bunch of people over there too, and they're feeling the same stuff because of the same people. You know.
Well, I suspect, is that why your boss is leaving?
Well, he got a better opportunity. He's been
Oh, okay,
looking,
okay,
and
so-
he like immediately, like once he said that, like that day, he got an offer for something else that paid way more. So also he has a family and stuff, and
Yep,
everything.
that
so
makes sense. Okay, so maybe push and pull. Push and
yeah,
pull.
yeah.
Yeah.
But-
Say, hey, I'm here if you need me.
Yeah. So, it was just funny today, because I'm at the point where I just don't care. And then I found out more stuff about the company where they don't really care about our department. So I'm just like, all right, I'm going to do whatever I want.
Respect.
I'm going to get the job done, and if you want to fire me, go ahead. But I know way more dirt about you than you do me, so good luck.
I mean, that's kind of what they hired you for, right? Is to get the job done. Now, if you weren't doing the job,
Yeah.
like, then by all means, they'd have a reason to get rid of you. But if you're doing the job and there's no issue,
Yep.
it really shouldn't come
Exactly.
after you.
Exactly. So I'm just going to save up a
I
little
mean,
bit.
if there's dirt on the company, they really should hire, like, cleaners to come in at night. And that's very irresponsible.
Right, it's disgusting. Yeah.
It's gross. It's right, Sam.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
No, I'm just in like.
Are you playing Mega Man again?
No, to be honest, I'm in like procrastination mode right now. I'm literally just doing this thing where I'm just like scrolling Steam.
Oh man, yeah, I do that too.
I kind of don't hate it. Like I don't know. It's almost like maybe I can talk it up to like this is research for work. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I looked at like especially like indie games, like what's out there. There's a lot of cool stuff that like maybe I didn't see a trailer for.
Oh yeah.
Dude, like, I think what I do is challenging and takes up a lot of time. I've always thought it would be fun to, work on a video game, but oh my god. Like, years of your life can go
Yep.
to making a video game. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
unless I'm getting paid to do it, I don't think I can just come up with time out of my regular life to work on a video game. There's just no way.
I think I don't know. I've honestly been thinking about it a lot over the past few years. It's like I would love
Making
to
video
make
games?
something- Yeah.
Do it.
It'd be really.
I've also thought about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
Especially
I
like
think I could do the storyboards and concept stuff, but I can't do the dev stuff.
Dude, I mean, the thing is that Kevin and I have the stuff. Like, we basically have the concept art and the worlds and the story built, and we can literally just start learning how to make it,
yeah.
That would be so cool. Just make it like a top-down Zelda, like, old school thing,
Yeah.
I feel like that would be so cool. Just like like pixelated or like comic art, either
Yeah.
one. Or maybe
kinda wanted to
pixelated
do
with the
it-
comic art.
I kind of want to do it just to like give myself an excuse to code again because I haven't coded in years and I kind of miss it. That's the main thing I want. And then I can help out on art too. Maybe we should do this.
I can do backgrounds and stuff.
Fuck yeah.
What's
Hell
the
yeah.
state of the art on video games? Like, what are people coding in? Like, Python or
I have
are
no
people
idea.
using like Unreal? I don't know what the.
I know
how people are
Unreal is
making
used quite a bit. I know there was one, what's that called? Like one game, Dead Cells. They used a 3D program and then used a cell shader to make it look like pixels. So
Oh,
it's like they
cool.
had the 3D model and then they threw the cell shader on and then it pixelated everything to make it look like a 16-bit game or whatever. Or at least the characters. It did that to like the monsters and the main character and stuff. But like everything else was pretty much like drawn in Sprite or super pixelated or whatever. So, but the coding stuff, I have no idea. I've never dove into coding, so I have no idea what happens with that stuff.
The thing is that it's 2024. I'm sure there's resources for that.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, that sounds fun. There's a guy on
What's chat say? Chat have anything on there where they're like, dude, I know how to code?
I know how to code. You're a coder now.
Yep. Well, you're hired. What can we pay you? Nothing.
Passion and love.
That's right.
Yeah.
I was showing some of the guys at work some of the pages from Time Police that I'm trying to wrap up,
Uh-huh.
and they're way too nice and saying nice things to me, and they're like, "Oh my god, dude, you're not gonna work here for very long." I'm like, "Dude, I'm gonna work here until the day I die." Like, hopefully I get a comic book out of it, but I don't know.
Hey man, gotta start somewhere, right?
Gotta start somewhere.
Get a comic in, then next year get 2 comics in, or maybe 3.
And then the year after that, they're like, "Why are you still here?" And I'll be like, "Cause no one else is paying me." Cause I gotta fund all this stuff myself.
It's possible, man. You know, it's possible.
Stop
Dude.
being positive.
Brad Geiger can do it, so can you.
Geiger.
Yeah.
But Geiger has a cool last name. I think that's part of it. I think they're like, "Oh, dude, his art's awesome, but you know he's got a cool name too, so he's hired. Maybe we need to change." No, you have a cool last name.
Do I?
I don't know. Maybe yeah. My last name is so boring.
Ben Hill.
Ben Hill,
That's
a raised mound of earth.
Raised mound of earth.
That's it. That's all it is.
Hey man, you can always do a pseudonym.
Oh god. Now I gotta think of a cool pseudonym. What would
Think
that
of-
be?
What would you be if you were a wrestler? You know? What would your name be? What would your theme
I
be?
thought I was so original. Like back when back when the Nintendo 64 was new, and I was like, "Yeah, I got a Nintendo 64. I'm cool." Which was it? It was a WWE. I think it was WrestleMania 2000.
Uh-huh.
It was the first time I took time to like create a wrestler, and it was like Firestorm, and I thought I was so cool and original. I'm like, no one's thought of Firestorm. Little did I know, like DC had that character for 20 years already. Like, whoop, not as original as I thought.
Firestorm. No.
Yeah, not cool at all.
Yeah. Oh, Noah said, not much. What are you goobers up to? I'm making. What are you guys doing? Sam's scrolling on Steam.
Oh no, I'm playing
Right.
Chrono Trigger now.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, dang, there you go. Chrono Trigger's awesome.
Fuck yeah, what are you
I
doing?
sent you what I'm working on. You haven't looked at it yet because you're busy inking.
Oh, hold
Oh, I thought it's because he hates you.
on. Okay.
That's true. That's also accurate.
Alright. Okay.
Uh.
No. Gunslinger. Oh, hell yeah. Look at that belt. Damn, son. Those pouches around the thighs.
Oh, we got all kinds of pouches.
All
Got
the
pouches over
pouches.
here, got pouches over there.
That's dope.
Got pouches for days.
That is great. Oh, those scholars, man.
I know. And I'm
just
not
getting
a skull
started.
guy. Not a skull guy.
Looks good, man.
My oldest is a rather I think she's very good at self-teaching things when it comes to art,
Yeah.
and she for whatever reason is into like gore and zombies and all kinds of stuff, and I'm just like, I don't know where you got this from because you didn't get it from me, but you showed me this drawing. I'm like, dude, you draw better skulls than I do. Like, I don't know how you do it.
That's
Oh.
awesome.
It's like, maybe I should have her draw the skulls on there and make them look really cool.
There you go. You do a
Which,
father-daughter
by the way,
collab.
I will be twitching on Saturday at 9 p.m. and I plan on having my oldest join me. We're just gonna hang out and draw and chat.
Nice.
So
Very good.
I know everybody, all you youngins will be out partying and doing young people thing, but
Yeah.
I'm old.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing the young people thing of watching my sister's dog. So, it'll,
Cool. Well, then you can jump on Twitch at 9 and hang out.
yeah. It was,
Well, we can stream on Discord and chat.
yeah, I'm down.
Sam, open invitation. Even if you want to play Chrono Trigger, hang
Okay.
out. Do that too.
Okay.
Wait, oh, what day?
Saturday.
Cool.
Saturday.
Unless we have the electrician showing up again, Sam.
Oh yeah, he is actually coming Saturday.
Oh really? Wow.
It's really hot, and hopefully he's like, oh, it's so hot in here. Let me take off my shirt. And so forth.
I think you just need to drive the thermostat up to
Mhm.
95.
Do you need any lemonade?
I don't know why it's so hot in here. This is so weird.
Weird. It never happens. It's never
Yeah.
happens. My mom just must be cold. I don't know. That's what happens with my mom and my grandma. It's so funny witnessing that.
What,
Mom,
they get
it's
too
so
cold?
fucking hot
hot.
here.
Oh. Turn that shit down.
I'm cold. It's so funny. Meanwhile, I'm sweating and laughing.
What are you talking about? It's only 72 degrees.
Right. Literally.
I'm burning up. And that's when is it the menopause, Mom? Smack.
Yeah, right. Oh gosh.
Oh my lord. I don't know why I make layers, because I oftentimes forget what layer I'm on. And then I'm like, well, we'll just merge those layers down,
Yeah.
and I guess I'll start over again.
Oh man. What are you doing, Noah? What are you coming in
Noah.
here talking smack?
Macola?
What's he talking smack about?
No, I'm just saying that. See what he says.
Make him talk smack. Say things.
You come in here.
Oh,
Getting
brother.
crazy.
You're coming into my house. You think you're gonna act all big and tough,
I don't
brother?
think so, brother. You're going downtown.
No, that was not going to be good. I'm glad I didn't say that.
Yeah, don't do it.
Nope. Nope. I caught myself. There's a reason.
Oh yeah, I'll put you in a suplex. You've never been in a suplex like this. I promise you, brother.
Yeah. Flex bicep, flex bicep.
Ooh, let me pull out this meat stick from my pocket. It's officially licensed brand meat snack.
Meat
Not
snack.
what you think it is. Yeah, nah.
Not
not the
what
other
you
meat.
think it is. That's the motto.
Not officially licensed beef product.
Oh, that's my nickname.
It is funny that you say that, knowing that you have the ability. You have an understanding in trademarking, I assume. Hopefully, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can probably legitimately trademark your name as beef product.
Unfortunately, I don't get that, but yeah.
I mean, you don't know unless you try, Sam. I don't know why you're counting this out.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, Manny.
Manny.
All I heard is that Sam's leaving money on the table. It's not even, doesn't even have this registered.
God. I need to get on that. Oh, Noah is being good. Crooked comic
good
book
Noah.
artists accusing the good American artists of false crimes. What? What is this?
What'd
I
you
know.
do now?
What'd
What'd you do, man?
I talked to my lawyer. In all
Yep,
seriousness,
Sam.
though.
Get back on the mic. He needs his lawyer.
In all seriousness, though, I'm editing some character sheets and editing a script my writer sent me. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Very
tell your writer, hell no, I ain't doing this
Yeah,
shit.
I ain't drawing cities with billboards. Get that out of
And
my
then add
face.
more billboards.
Hey, can you?
Freaking.
Do you and James work together?
We used to work at the same place, and then not anymore.
Oh, okay.
But that's how we met. He like was a co-op at my job, and then ended up like getting an official full-time job because my company was stupid and didn't hire him full-time. So,
Oh.
you know.
Yeah, usual stupid company stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, if James and I worked together, then I would have like complained even more about it to him today.
Oh yeah.
Instead, it's good that I don't, because then I don't bother him until I like, oh, okay, I'll add more billboards.
They live.
Until I get tired of adding billboards. And then if he tells me to add more billboards, I'll say, here's the damn file. You add the billboards.
You added. He's like, okay.
I'll teach you how to Photoshop. You do it. Right now I'm trying to draw like chunky meat innards. It's not
Chunky meat.
looking great.
You joke, but there have been moments where I'm like, hell no, this isn't gonna be written in any book I'm drawing. Oh, okay. Fighting back. Noah's feisty.
Good job, Noah. I was gonna say, as the artist, you have to have something in there that you want to draw too.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like most important in my rule book. You gotta wanna do it. Whoa.
Add some good bass to it.
Hey, you know,
World.
been practicing. I've been eating at Snoopy's. It's no big deal.
Doing what?
Just eating hot dogs, chili.
Oh. That was not what I heard you say.
What? I said
I-
eating Snoopy's.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said.
Oh,
Never
yeah,
mind.
yeah, yeah, the hot dog place. Yeah, yeah.
Wait, there's a Snoopy's hot dogs.
Yeah.
Dude, you gotta remember, I've only been in North Carolina for 2 years, so I don't know all the.
Oh, really? Oh, dang, I had no idea.
I'm a Hoosier. I'm an Indiana boy. This is not my home territory.
Dang. I don't know this.
Well, you do now.
Now I know. When did y'all move to the Carolinas?
Let's see. So we bought our house last February. So that was 2023, and we moved here. Well, we moved to Durham. We had a Airbnb that we like did an extended rental on in March of 2022.
Whoa.
So in March of this year, it will be officially 2 full years. Yes.
Dope.
Yeah, because I moved here on my 40th birthday, or around my 40th birthday, which also meant I had to scrap my 40th birthday plans of going on a bourbon trail. So instead, we did that last year, which was super awesome.
Oh, heck yeah.
And got to drink lots of tasty bourbons.
Nice.
So yeah.
I was drinking some, was it Elijah Craig bourbon earlier.
Oh yeah. That's such a solid.
Yeah.
I like that.
I usually get the Four Roses.
Oh man. What do you do? Small batch? Do you do single barrel? What do you do?
Oh man,
Four Roses wine.
I think it's the small batch.
Yeah, that one's good.
Yeah.
The single barrel I find really tasty as well. For
Yeah.
whatever reason, I get more like of a sweetness from the single barrel, but I like small batch as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I have to. I just gotta get more of it.
It goes so fast. I don't know why.
No, yeah, for real though. Like my mom and I just go through it so fast.
I'm typically guaranteed to have like some extra Four Roses or Woodford around the holidays.
yeah.
My brother makes like a bourbon pecan pie, and so he buys decent bourbon
Whoa.
for it. Like he doesn't do makers or Jim or anything like that. So
Doesn't do Makers. Maker's Mark.
makers is good too. There's some really good makers out there. I don't want to poo-poo makers too much.
Yeah.
But the whatever's left is what typically ends up at my house. So I'm always happy with that.
Hey, I mean, yeah, I'll take it. You know,
Yeah.
run with it. To run.
That's right. This isn't to go. This is to run. Like later. See ya. And I have to say, if you there is a pretty good distillery out of southern Indiana.
Uh-huh.
It's called French Lick Distillery, and they have several really good bourbons out of there. One of them is a Kasha bourbon, so the grain is different than like most grain that they put in bourbon. They use a Kasha
Yeah.
grain, and for whatever reason, like it just adds something that you don't get in most other bourbons. Super good. And they have a blended rye, which I'm typically not a rye guy, but their blended rye is awesome.
Pretty good, huh?
Pretty darn tasty.
I used to be, for the longest time, was like a strict bourbon guy, gal, person. And then when I lived in
Individual.
Houston, my buddy introduced me to blended rye, and that was actually ended up being my drink for a while.
Oh, nice.
I'm now full on a Scotch person.
Oh, yeah.
I'm basically
That
a
makes
Nick Offerman. That's what I am.
And Nick
Yeah.
Offerman. I was gonna say, especially if you are a fan of ryes, like Scotch is definitely a pretty easy
Yeah, exactly.
go. Yeah.
It was the gateway.
Yeah.
Is that Noah? Is that Noah in the D chord?
Hey, coming out with the cool kids.
Yeah.
I've not been
Hey,
able to talk to Noah.
Nice.
There he
That was a
is.
real person. I don't know if you guys knew that.
It is the Noah.
Am I? Am I real?
Actually,
Yeah.
it's a good point.
We
That's what
can't be
AI
sure.
would say.
That's right.
I'm gonna have to double check on that. Hang on.
Mom.
Am I real?
How you doing, bro?
I'm doing fine, man. Just working on some stuff. You
Sweet.
guys doing okay?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Nice.
making bloody gross tissue stuff.
Oh man, sounds like a blast.
Something. Manny does a much better job with drawing like all the violence and
All the
skulls
chunks.
and full monster, yeah, and all the chunky goodness. I'm
Like-
not a
man.
chunky guy. I'm not a. Well, I mean, body wise, I'm getting there, but
Yeah.
art wise, I'm not
man.
very good at drawing chunky stuff.
Yeah, I'm definitely not really a blood and guts guy myself, but I respect everyone who can do it.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree.
Oh yeah.
Like
it's-
looking at a drawing of somebody like they drew where one guy punched through another person's head, I'm just like, that's freaking awesome.
Luther
Can't
Strode.
do it.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Oh my god. Trad's entire Luther Strode series is just ultra violence, but it's
Dude,
so gorgeous.
He is the most nicest
Oh,
guy in the world.
I finally, I mean, at last year's con when I was there with you and Riley, and Riley was just up there talking to him,
Dude.
just chilling, and like he's just, yeah, man, yeah,
Yeah.
I hear you. And I'm like, you drew people's like faces being ripped in
off
half.
entirely.
Yeah, like,
Hey,
yeah,
man.
man, it's
You're-
just so cool.
Kevin went up to him and was like, "You're the man," and then Tradmore goes to him, puts his finger on his chest, is like, "No, man, you're the man."
Oh my god. Oh god. Why, if you would have done that to me, I would have died.
Oh man, it was so cool to meet him, and like especially when Riley was like hanging on his shoulder, and he's like, "Trad, I want you to meet my buddy Kevin and Manny, or my friends Manny and Kevin, or whatever." Because I literally, like, Kevin and I were about to walk to our hotel room and go to bed, and then I walk out of the bathroom after taking a pee-pee, and you know.
Going pee
Yeah, I was
pee.
going pee-pee for a little bit, and then I come out, and, and then I'm meeting Tradmore. I was like, whoa, whoa. Riley was just like, yeah, dude, meet Tradmore and my buddy. I was like, yeah, hey, dude. It's like, hey, man, it's a pleasure to meet you. It's like, you just such luscious hair. Oh my god.
You're such a handsome man.
Yeah. Gosh. What a dude.
God, I still need to read Luther Strode, man. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Oh yeah. it's-
Well,
it's
you
fun.
must make time for it.
Yeah.
I
Must.
know.
Such a cool guy.
It's such a like good read too. It's not anything where you're just like, oh, this is just a reason for violence. Like it I mean, it kind of is, but
Yeah. A little bit.
but
But,
a little bit. It's so good.
but it's really
It's
cool
not a
violence.
yeah, it is amazing violence.
Love a good fight comic.
Oh
All
yeah.
for it.
Oh yeah.
We bring that. I need to look that up because he does have the cowboy in what was that, Legacy or Legend? Is it Legend of Luther Strode, the last series? He's got a cowboy in it. I need to look that up now.
Oh man.
I'll be pulling back issues tonight, boys.
Hey, yo.
Noah, where are you out of?
Where am I from?
Yep. Where are
North
you
Carolina,
currently
man.
located? Okay.
Yeah.
You're currently located in NC?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, cool.
Yeah. Live just outside of Raleigh. Not too far from where Manny is.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn. Alright. Next time we have a hangout, we need to make sure we've got you on the invite list. So
Mm.
Oh, nice, man. I'd love to come see you guys.
yeah. I'm just down in Pittsburgh, so I'm not too far.
Oh no, not at all. That
I keep
place is
telling
growing,
Manny.
man.
Oh, dude. The Disney development is just going like in my backyard. So good and bad, good and bad. We'll see how it
It's
goes.
so strange, bro.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Like, oh, awesome, just bought a house. No.
Well, I'm like, in 3 years, my property value could have improved enough to end up right in the middle of the new Disney spot. I don't know.
I mean, you could sell it
Not that
for a whole lot of money. Who knows?
Yeah, not that I want to. I don't know that. I can't imagine the HOA that's going to be overseeing that. Deal with Mickey Mouse and his bullshit. Like,
you gotta pay up there, bud. You really like your house, don't you?
that's right.
It'd be quite a shame if you had to leave.
Oh, shucks. I completely didn't do it.
I'll do it again. I'll fucking do it.
You don't want something bad to happen to your house now, do you?
No.
Then you're gonna pay me my goddamn money.
You're gonna pay me an arm and a leg,
Brother.
down, downtown.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Then I'm gonna smash you. I'm gonna throw you on the table and turn you into a pound of meat.
Man, you're too good at it. Too good.
Manny, could you do like Donald Duck losing his mind at the grass not being cut low enough?
Oh jeez, no. My sister though, she could nail it, honestly.
Oh man.
When I was a kid, I would be like, do the Donald Duck voice, do the Donald Duck voice.
That's awesome.
And she'd be like,
That was one I could
she
never
would
do.
be able to do it. It was crazy.
My girls like Lilo and Stitch, so that was something I had to learn how to do the Stitch voice.
Oh, my
Oh man.
Oh.
What is the
That's a
Stitch
great one,
voice?
though.
Tell me. Show me.
Hannah Pista. Boom chicky. Ohana means family, and family means no one gets left behind.
Oh my
Okay.
god, yes. Ah, that was like the last 2D animated like Disney movie, wasn't it?
No, there was a few others.
There's a few others. There
One
was
of the
like
last good
Emperor's
ones.
New Groove.
I want to say Princess and the Frog was the last one.
Oh, that
Oh,
one was
yeah.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to go see that when it came out.
Oh, it was so good.
I wish they'd bring it back though. It's so good when it's like
Seriously.
that.
It's the best. It holds up so well, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah,
I
the
mean,
3D
I've s-
stuff is cool, but it's like it doesn't. I don't know. It's different, you know.
Yeah, I've seen on Instagram like these young guys that are getting hired by Disney to do 2D stuff, and they're posting drawings of all the old stuff they're studying for shorts and stuff. It's really cool to see.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I hope they do more of that.
They were doing when they first launched Disney Plus, they were doing what was it called? Like Spark Life or what was that? Something
I think I know what you're talking about.
Or-
Yeah.
but it was essentially all their animators just doing shorts, and they got to do it in whatever style they wanted. There's some just amazing pieces of 2-3 minute films that generate so much more emotion than some of the more recent like full length animated films.
Oh yeah.
They're pretty amazing.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Those short films really do it. I love the was it the Paper Planes one? I remember that one coming out like I forget what I saw. I forget what I went to go see when that one was released, but
Did
I
you ever
remember
see Feast?
Feast?
Feast.
No.
Dude, Feast is about a single guy and his dog, and the life that they have together. And
Uh-huh.
there's a part in it where I'm like, oh my god, don't tell me that they killed the dog. Like,
Oh, no.
starting to tear up and getting ready to cry. I'm like, oh my god, this movie's so bad. I don't want to ruin it. You gotta watch
Okay,
Feast. It's so good.
Oh, there's Kit Bull. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Oh yeah, Kit Bull's good too.
No. Which one's that?
It's,
You gotta go watch it.
yeah, I'll just give you like the premise. It's about this little kitten that meets a pit bull that's stuck in a fighting dog ring. So you gotta watch it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's intense.
Oh my god. Yeah, I gotta watch that. That's awesome.
What's the I'm just gonna have to pull up Disney. The Burrow, I think is what it's called. Or Burrow. It's definitely not sappy or anything, but it's such a like fun little quick adventure about this rabbit is wanting to create his own home.
Yeah.
And so he digs down into the earth and ends up running into all these other creatures, and instead of saying like, oh cool, I'll get to meet new people, he tries to run away and have his own little space,
Oh, he digs
and
deeper,
ends
right?
up causing this digs
Yeah.
deeper, causes this disaster, and
Yeah.
everybody comes to help him.
Yeah, I've
Dude,
seen that one.
like,
I've seen that
that
one.
one's so cool, such a
Yeah.
great.
There was one that was it was like this woman makes dumplings or whatever, and then
Yeah.
makes
Yeah.
that one is, I love that one.
Is it Bao? I think is what that one's called.
I think so. I can't
It was-
remember the title, but
Yeah. It was very weird, but I liked it a lot.
yeah. But it's just like you gotta let him roam free, man. You gotta let him
Yeah.
fly. You gotta let me fly, Captain. I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly.
The weird thing about that one is like when the little dumpling like brings home a white girl, and I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm so lost now.
Yeah.
Like you had me up until we got white girl showing up on the front doorstep. So.
I loved it, man. I loved it.
Oh, dude, they have Logan on here. Oh, that's right. They did buy like the Sony stuff, didn't they? Oh crap! I only have 16% left on my device.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Now I'm not finding any of them. They're buried now. I tried looking up shorts to see if they just show up there. And
No.
where'd they all go? Maybe under originals?
Maybe.
Is there a new season of What If? I think I heard that. Is it out yet?
Yeah, it's out.
Yeah, it's out.
I see
I
season
have-
2.
I haven't watched any yet.
I haven't watched any new Marvel stuff.
Like I was really into the MCU for a while, and then it just, like a lot of other fans, faded out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of what we would have expected, right? It got super
Yeah.
saturated.
Yeah.
Yeah, so saturated I can't find the cool, like, original stuff. That sucks.
Wow, I'm so unmotivated, guys.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
I do-
Enjoy the downtime.
I do feel like I like need to make a story about I quit art like every 4 months. Just like a detox thing, so that I don't have the guilt, right, of like not sculpting or drawing or something like that. Because I do have that right now. It's mild. It's smaller than it ever used to be, but it's like it also doesn't fucking matter, you know? Like it doesn't matter. But it's also it is interesting. It's one of these things where it's like feeling guilty about something reveals kind of what you prioritize at that phase in your life. And so you like, we don't care about things we don't care about, right? So I don't walk around being like, wow, I'm not a car person, for example. So I don't walk around being like, really sucks I don't have an Aston Martin, you know. I don't beat myself up over that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Or I don't walk around being like, man, sucks I don't have a girlfriend, considering I'm very gay.
That would be interesting.
So I don't know if I phrased that well, but I guess my point is like that, you know, what we want is along the axis of like what we care about is along the axis of like what we feel guilty when we don't have, or we feel bad that we don't have, right?
Yeah.
So I don't really know what the antidote to that is, because I do care about art. That's not false, but I think maybe I don't need to care about it in the particular way and with the particular intensity that I do.
I don't think you like art.
Yeah, no, that's true. I don't think I give a shit about it at all. The evidence suggests it. It's funny because like I took a big break from art for the longest time, right, to focus on law, and I didn't feel bad about not doing art. Yeah, I missed it in a very quiet way, right? Kind of like sometimes I miss climbing sometimes, because climbing was a pretty big part of my life, but me not climbing doesn't cause me the kind of existential, like, bummer vibes that I feel with art. You know, I do want to say that although I think it's good to like make those comparisons, I do think art is just special. And so I think it's okay to feel like if you do feel called to be creative, it can't suck to like not find your groove, right? I just want to make sure that it doesn't paralyze me and make me feel super bad about myself.
Yeah. I mean, it's also, you're not like relying on that to make ends meet or anything, you know.
This is
It's
huge.
kind of, and I also think you feeling that way is directly like from the the big thing, like, oh, you gotta be drawing every day. If you want to be a good artist, you gotta do it every day. You gotta do the grind. If you want to be a good artist, you gotta draw 24/7. Like Peter Han is like, oh, if you want to be a good artist, you gotta be drawing right now. It's Lightbox Expo. You gotta be drawing all the time, every single minute. Blah blah blah. I'm like, dude, like, no, you don't.
Are you not drawing right now? You're not a real artist.
Yeah, it's like, that's not real.
Yeah, it's not real. It works for him, right? Like
Yeah.
that's his thing.
He also had an injury happen because of that, you know.
Yeah.
He didn't take care, like, he literally, you know, kind of neglected his body to draw for way too long of a time and did not take care of his body.
He is to drawing what Ronnie Coleman is to bodybuilding, right?
Mhm.
And Ronnie Coleman, and that analogy feels good to me because I respect both of those people.
Yeah,
But
I
like,
respect
I
Peter Hahn
always
like
think-
tremendously.
What's
I
that?
love that guy. I mean, I respect Peter Hahn and stuff. I love his art and everything, but sometimes people can be a little bit too intense, you know, and that might bring the wrong message to students and other people, like getting into art and like thinking like, oh, this is normal. It's not. That is not normal.
Yeah, the thing with like bodybuilding and weightlifting is one reason why I think it has its own internal stabilizing factors is that I think that like genetics and things like that do create like inexorable like limitations, right?
Mhm,
And
yeah.
so paradoxically I can make some peace within that because I'm like, I'm never going to be as strong as him because I'm like 5'7" with East Asian genetics, right? But I'm actually quite strong and quite big for like, you know, given that. But I've always had a pretty healthy relationship with lifting, and I am surprised by that because when I was younger I had body image issues, but as I got older I kind of, I don't know, just kind of faded, I think. So I have that in other parts of my life. It's really interesting to also watch interviews with Ronnie Coleman because, you know, the guy went through several back surgeries and he's fucked. You know, he's retired now and he's going to be fucked for the rest of his life, like probably on crutches and in a wheelchair a lot of times. and
Oh
and
my God, yeah.
and people have asked him, like, given what you know now and where you are and what's happened, like, would you do it all over again? And his answer is actually quite, like, I'm paraphrasing, but his answer is actually quite mature. He's like, yeah, I would, but people need to understand this is my story, right? This is the life that I wanted to lead. And I understood the risks, right? And I understood the costs, but the vibe he's giving me off is he doesn't universalize that. He doesn't think that that's something that everyone should aspire to, and I really respect that out of him.
Yeah.
Even all the guys like Sebum and stuff, when you talk to them, like, they understand this is their thing. This is the
Yeah.
thing that they're focusing on.
Yeah.
And they understand the cost of that as well. And yeah, and so I think you're right that there's actually very simple historical reasons why I feel this way. Is because when I got back into art, like, from childhood, it was during the rise of the prokification of things. You know,
Oh, yeah.
I've used that term before.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like right as Proco was very popular, and like Art Center had just started, and like, and sorry, not Art Center, LBX, you know, Lightbox had just
Yeah.
started, and like there was a whole fervor of like all of these courses online that were like all skills based focused, right? And so now, despite all the work I've done, like in part working with Steven to kind of like detox from that shit pervades art, right? And going on social media just gets in your head too.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, you
That's
see
the
everyone else
expectation.
making, like, they're only posting their, like, good stuff that they've probably been
Best of the
spending
best.
like hours, like days on, right? So,
yeah.
and then they're like,
There's
yeah,
also
this is
something-
concept art. Yeah, for you.
Yeah. There's also something else that I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but I actually came across this in Elizabeth Gilbert's book on creativity, Big Magic, which is a really cool book. Between that and Rick Rubin's book, they're like two of my like favorite recent books on creativity. She talks about like that some people really feel burdened by success. So some really good examples from writing, for example, is F. Scott Fitzgerald, is Harper Lee, who wrote To Kill a Mockingbird. She wrote that book, or she actually wrote a few other books that she never published. She published that book, and it was wildly successful even while she was alive. And she used to tell people that she felt immense pressure to do something that was better than that, and then she ended up dying not doing anything else, right? And so that's a kind of a cautionary tale that, you know, what Liz says is she's like, I kind of wish someone had just told her, dude, just make 5 shitty novels, like just like write just write 5 shitty short stories that are like some Pulp Fiction thing, right? Like you don't need to like do another To Kill a Mockingbird. But that happened. So I think that's happening a bit with me, because the last piece I did, I consider my own personal like triumph. Like it's, and I don't mean that it's like a great piece of art in general, but for me it's like the pinnacle of the art I want to make in this lifetime. And it's,
Well,
and I have to be honest,
say,
like
I'm
I
gonna
feel
cut you off.
super. So what's that?
It is a gorgeous piece. So
is.
you gotta give yourself. You are right. It is a very very good piece. But it shows that you have, you know, the ability to create that. Like it's not a one-time thing, and it won't be a one-time thing.
But what if our next thing sucks and then it's super embarrassing and then Noah's like, oh fuck this.
Don't
Oh
post
my
it.
I
Like
wouldn't
don't
do
post
that.
it.
I
Yeah,
mean,
We won't say it to your face, but you know, if that's the case, like you, well, and again, I'll go to the Todd McFarlane quote
Oh yeah.
that
Yeah.
from yesterday that I was telling you. You know, if you're doing it for other people, you're doing it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
You know
Like,
what was really cool about the Kuan Yin piece, and it's like, and this is an aspect of art that's really rough, is that it's very easy to get amnesia, right? Part of it is like if you get in the zone, you're not even conscious of what's happening. You forget how it was like when you were making shit, right? And so one of the qualities of the Kuan Yin piece is I mean, Manny knows I didn't share that with anyone. I held it very close to my chest, and I was like, I just needed a moment to just work on something on my own for myself, and then I made possibly the best thing I've ever made, right? So you would think, Sam, did you learn the lesson? Like, do that again. And I totally forgot that until we had this conversation, to be really honest. Like, I was like, I went right back to the fucking Proco shit of like,
it's so easy to fall into.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, because I think we all have. I call it the refrigerator complex because that was when I was a kid. Like the cool
Oh,
thing
yeah.
was,
Yeah.
I would draw something and like my grandma would put it on her refrigerator. She's like, "Oh, it's so good, and it would get on the refrigerator. And it's like I feel, and I know our parents most likely did that with grades, or they did it with projects, or they did it with photos, or there's some kind of achievement that was always posted on the refrigerator. And so that's kind of the complex that I feel, because I'm right there with you, Sam. I'm like, oh, this one's nice. I can post this one on Instagram. I'm like, this one did not turn out the way I wanted. This one is just gonna get tucked in a drawer and isn't gonna see the light of day until I one day will come back to it and be like, I'm gonna do this again and make it better. But the hard part is just not getting paralyzed with the concern that you're not going to make something as good again. Because I hate to tell you this and be honest with you, Sam, but you're incredibly talented. So
Stop
number
blowing.
one,
Stop
you
blowing.
shouldn't keep that away
my
from
butt.
that. Yeah. Well, I mean, we all need smoke.
No, I appreciate you, and I thank you. I think I do really love this idea of like, and then for me, you talk about the refrigerator thing. My equivalent of that, which Manny knows, is if and it took actually a while to realize this was happening. Is there's this core loop that is a big part of my childhood trauma, which is that my TLDR is my parents. They loved me in their own way, but they were largely emotionally immature and therefore like had the marks of narcissism, right? They only really cared about me insofar as I was servicing them. And I remember a few times when I was growing up, like my dad did get me art supplies, right? So he did support me. It's not that he was a terrible father, but I would like draw something and then show it to my parents, and they would like, their responses were like often terrible. They would say things like, "Wait, why are you showing this to us? We don't care," or like, it's like, "What's the point of this?" It's just like, so, and I'm like 6, right? And that would repeat, and so there's a kind of a quality of whenever I post art or I share it somewhere, it reminds me of being a 6-year-old, being like, "Hey, like, Mom and Dad, do you see me?" And so that existential quality really effing sucks. And, I think that part of it is I want to just learn to post, and not expect that. But I also think it's important to, like, at age 41, to, like, just do things for myself and also know what that feels like as well. Because I clearly didn't do that when I was younger.
Yeah.
Man, our parents messed us up, y'all. Jeez Louise.
I mean, that kind of is the lesson we all have to learn, right? It's like our self-worth isn't tied to our art and all that. We gotta just accept that we are good enough, right? We can improve on things, but like, if we fail, it's just like, okay, well, I'm still good enough, and I'll just go on and make another thing,
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Good enough. Amber's here. Hello, Amber.
Oh my gosh, Amber. What are you doing?
Oh,
What are you
Hello,
doing?
it's lunchtime.
Lunchtime?
Amber's in the
Oh, yeah,
in
it's
the Philippines, so hence the lunchtime. Amber,
that's awesome.
do you know Ben and Noah, who's Funky Flashman?
I don't believe she does, but
This is where she gives a hard no.
I don't think we formally met. Yes.
Well, Ben and
No,
Noah are my
no.
boyfriends.
Hello?
Even though Ben,
Yes. Yeah.
Ben's married with a
Totally.
child. But Ben and Noah are comic nerds whom I met through Manny. And then Amber is a friend and colleague of ours who took our workshop with Steven, which is how I met Manny.
Yep.
So we were all in the same workshop.
Yeah.
Were we in the same section? In the same group? I think so,
I
right?
don't- Were we? I'm not. I can't recall, to be honest.
No, you
Or
were with me,
Were
Sam.
you in Gordon's group,
Yeah.
Amber?
Yeah, I was with Gordon.
Okay, yeah, that was the other group. Then Manny and I
Yeah.
were in a separate
Yeah.
group. Yeah.
Because we were, was it, because Nate was in our group too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So.
And then one mnemonic, and I love telling this story, is why I know that you and I were, because I will always remember Steven's comment when he saw your sketches, where he's like, Manny, it must be so good to be so good at drawing. It must be so nice to be so good at drawing. And I'm just like, yeah. And you were one of the best drafts people in that workshop. So
Yeah, he,
yeah,
Matt?
you and just like from a technical standpoint, you and probably Nick Pentiano, I think we're
Dude,
probably
Nick
the two
is
best.
the man. I love Nick. I hope he's doing okay.
That guy is so cool. That guy does not have existential dread like I do.
No, he just
guy's
doesn't
just
care. He
vibing.
just makes
Yeah.
monsters with PPs and just goes with
Yeah.
it.
And then he's just like, and he'll just disappear for 2 months, not needing to apologize to anyone, just to go play guitar. And he's
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna do this now. Just being so cool. He's so hot.
Love the hustle.
Yeah.
I mean, live free or die, right? I mean, he's in New Hampshire, so.
Yeah. He's all high up there. I don't know what they're doing.
Damn Brits.
Different.
I saw a sketch about like how just a running joke of like, it'd be super clever. I'm from Hampshire. Let's call the state New Hampshire. They're like,
Yeah.
oh my god, that is so bomb. That's such a good idea.
Yeah, let's do it.
And then you're like, oh shit, that area is literally called New England. I literally didn't make the connection until now.
This is a satire on England.
A
It's nothing
sad
like
tire?
it. The satire.
I will
Oh.
say, Ben, that actually I feel like quite resolved, with your guidance right now. There's this one thing, that this is something we're not going to be able to fix on this call, is the what do we want, right? What sings to our heart is, there are things I care about. The mandate is buried under a lot of shit, and I've gotten better at digging it out, but right now I think just from being tired from work and from the holidays and also from that project, right? Like that's why I feel unmotivated tonight, and it's fine. I'm having fun. I'm chilling with you guys and just
Yeah.
watching YouTube videos. But is like, if you were to ask me like, oh Sam, what do you want to work on right now? I have ideas, but I also have I have to fight a bunch of other competing voices that are not mine, that are in my head. It's like, well, Sam, you really got to work on a creature project because you haven't done that in a while, and also, you need to do something that's technically impressive so that when you post it on social media, it'll be obviously better than your last piece. And I know those aren't my voices. I understand that, but they're still in my head. I have to kind of deal with them and let them have their tantrum, and then 3 days later, I'll be like, yeah, I'm good, and then I'll just work on my projects.
Well, I want to thank you, Sam, because you did stop yourself from calling what I said wisdom and changed it to guidance. So I mean that was very accurate.
I
So
mean,
if you were gonna stop on wisdom, I was gonna have to correct you. So I appreciate you.
well, a broken clock is right 2 times a day, so I'm just glad that you were right that moment that I needed you.
But that's what I'm here for.
Yeah, Ben's accidentally insightful.
Yes.
Ben
Yes.
accidentally says positive things sometimes.
And I'm gonna die on that hill because your last name because the hill.
That's right. Yeah,
Very good. We've done it. We've done it.
nailed it.
Wow.
Nailed.
This is the best.
No, I know it's a school night, but I kind of all that talk with whiskey. I think I'm gonna pour some.
Do it. Do it.
I have a Lagavulin. Speaking of being fucking Nick Offerman, this is a let's see. This is their Distiller's Edition, so it's actually very, very smooth.
Ooh.
I really like it.
Okay. I like your
Hair on your
suit.
chest. I mean, I'm Asian. So I don't know.
Who's Distiller's Edition?
But the distillers.
No, but is it Makers? What did you pour?
Oh, Lagavulin.
Log of One. Okay. Oh, that's right. You're Scott. Sorry.
I'm a peaty Scotch. Person.
Scotch.
Oh, I don't have Lulu. Lulu's my cat. Lulu, can you get me a glass? No.
Lulu, do it. Earn your keep.
Like I don't have
Sam the
opposable
cat's on.
thumbs.
The cat's underage, Sam.
Not helpful.
Yeah,
at all.
you can't be making the cat drink if it's underage. That's abuse.
He's 10. What is that in human years? I don't know. Or in cat years? I don't know.
I don't know. I was gonna say, are cats like the same as humans? Isn't it 10? I don't know.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter since my cats are gonna live forever, so
That's
Yeah,
right.
don't worry about it too much.
it's no big deal. Boom.
My cat's just staring at me while I'm like, eating my lunch.
Meow.
Yeah. When are you gonna share something?
I'm
Meow.
not
Like-
sure I'm allowed to like give them this because this is like beef or something, and I don't know what this is for cats.
I don't know what this- It's poison. Keep it away. I'm just kidding. I have no idea. Do cats eat beef? Or
I mean, they eat fish and chicken,
Yeah.
right?
yeah. I would
Yeah.
assume.
I would say you could give them beef. I mean, they eat human
I
eyeballs.
mean, they're tiny
So-
tigers. Yeah, they can eat beef. They're teacup tigers. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
Teacup tigers.
Yeah, I don't want it to get used to eating human food, so yeah.
It's okay. Just I
Don't
think
give them
they
beef
eat
that's too
lasagna
close to
actually.
human
So
flesh.
yeah, you can give them beef. Orange cats eat lasagna. That's
Accurate.
And hate Mondays.
they hate
Yeah.
Mondays, and their owners are always cartoonists. So
Name John.
that's right. Hello, my name's John. I'm a cartoonist. This is my cat Garfield.
Good old Jim Davies. Davis. Davidson?
Davos. Boom. Here's a page. You like that?
He made a page.
Actually,
Yo.
I might go a little crazier on the face on that monster, but
Damn it, Manny. Now I gotta jump over and look at your Twitch feed. Hold on. Can't multitask very well.
I can't multitask.
Dude, the twitchiness.
Is there that thing where it's like you just kind of futz it in art, even though it may not be physically possible? So I want to give. Right now I'm concepting Samael, and I'm gonna depict him as a skeleton with a cloak, but I want to give him horns. So like, how do you put a cloak hood on with horns? And I don't know. Do they just poke through the hood?
Yeah.
Does anybody else want to punch Manny for how long that hair took? Like, dude, it's insane detail.
Me.
Me.
I'll get you
Next-
eventually.
That's right. Next time Noah and I see you, we're just gonna punch you.
Oh!
It's for the hair.
They're noodles coming out of her head. What do you mean?
Noodles. Spaghetti.
Noodle head.
Give me a sec, man. I'm just gonna download Twitch.
Oh, you're good.
Don't do it. You won't like him anymore.
You
Too late.
too late. You've turned my friends against me.
You're the one that drew the hair. All I said was I hate you for being so good.
Rawr. My name's Monster.
Mm.
That was a good monster impression. I mean, it almost rivals your Macho Man, but
I mean, you know,
It may be better than your Macho Man.
I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime.
Oh my gosh.
What are you doing up there? Staying away from you.
It makes me sad, even though like I'm glad he was in a Spider-Man movie, because that was like the last thing that he did before he died. I'm
Yeah.
so sad
So he'll live forever in that movie.
in that movie.
Yeah.
At least he looked really good.
Seriously, yeah. Really did. Bonesaw!
Bonesaw's gonna chop you down to size, brother.
Cut him in half, yeah! Cut him in half! What a great Thanksgiving movie that one is.
I didn't realize this. I finally watched the taping of the wrestling show that I went to over the weekend.
Yeah.
And there was a guy that was in my row, but all the way down towards the actual the fencing, and he had a sign that said Die Hard and Gremlins are both Christmas movies. I'm like, that is so accurate.
I think Gremlins is probably my favorite Christmas movie. Yeah. Yep. Gizmo. I love that movie. I loved it when I was a kid, and I had a Kirby, and I named him Gizmo. So I was like, that's the closest thing. So
Mogwai,
Yeah.
Gizmo.
Gizmo. Bright light, bright light, bright light, bright light. Yeah, I definitely would have broken the rule of feeding Gizmo at midnight. So don't feed him at
I was gonna
midnight.
say, how often do you stay up past midnight and then have something to eat before you go to bed? I mean, if you're gonna do that, then you should feed your Mogwai as well.
Yeah. I'd be carrying that thing with me all day. I'd have a little satchel for my little Gizmo, dude. Kidding?
You'd Grogu it.
Yeah. He would have like he'd have the Mandalorian helmet on with his ears poking out. That's what he would. Yeah.
That would be pretty badass.
Wouldn't that be great? Gosh.
Okay, guys, I'm about to jump off. It's almost my bedtime. I
Yeah.
have to work out tomorrow, for the ladies.
For the ladies.
For the ladies.
Ah, yes.
Ah, yes.
They like this, but okay, that took the last of my mental energy. Thank you guys. Thank you for putting up with my shit. And thank you, Ben,
You're
for
the best,
your,
Sam.
Yeah, we love
You're
you,
the best.
for
Sam.
your ancient wisdom.
Yeah, thanks for
Oh,
showing,
thank you. Now I'm
Coming in.
ancient.
hanging out.
Bye,
Yeah.
Sam.
We love you.
Love you, Sam.
Oh, I think it's a good night.
You
I was waiting for my turn. Dang it.
gotta just jump in there. You know.
Really noted for
Yeah.
next time.
Yeah. I love you, Sam. Bye.
Yeah. Oh, did I get it?
Sorry, Sam.
Damn, Sam.
Amber, what you been working on?
Thesis is still one of my main priorities, but right now I'm kind of like conceptualizing for the webcomic I'm gonna make. Like
Nice.
I'm not really aiming to do anything fancy with it, but I'm kind of like planning to just do it step by step and do the first chapters, then see how it goes.
Yeah, that's a good way to go about it. So
Yeah, because the issue that I'm seeing, like a lot of webcomics last like 100 or even 1,000 chapters, right? And
yeah,
I'm sort of like trying as much as possible. Like, okay, how do I like minimize like making myself spend like 5 or a decade just on one comic? Because I don't know. I don't think I have like the commitment to be able to like do that.
Yeah, same. Like I got too many ideas to just stick with one for 1,000 pages. Like, I'm good.
Yeah, so I'm just like trying to like see what I could cut down and like try as much to optimize how I could do it so that I don't really like hurt myself or like spend too much time on things that I don't really need to spend too much time on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I get you.
It just all depends on if you like what you're doing, because I've found myself spending more time on pages since I want to, the end goal being I want to make an actual printed book out of the webcomic.
Yeah.
So I'm spending more time on some of my pages now, and I'm like, I remember when this was supposed to be, get it done in a couple of months, get it posted. Now I'm like, I've spent the better part of 2 months working on this.
Yeah. I'm trying as much as possible to like not be the person who be like, oh, okay, I'll redraw this comic after a few months, but like
No.
I'll just say, okay, yeah, fuck it, I'm just done with this. I'll post it, and then like whatever happens, just move on to the next.
I mean,
Yeah.
a great example to look at is The Crow, James O'Barr's The Crow, because he starts it and he's like, he's not novice comic maker, but you see like him as like, maybe 1,000 hours of drawing or whatever to way more. Like you see the leveling up that happens like at the last chapter or the last issue, and it's amazing. Like he's there, Like in the beginning, it was very awkwardly shaped heads. The heads were pretty big and stuff, but the guns were freaking great, right? He was a Marine, so
that's a slow burn. That's a great example too. I haven't thought about the Crow, but DWJ's Space Mullet, Daniel Warren Johnson's Space Mullet, is a perfect example. Started off pasting like 1 page a week as a webcomic, and like you can see by page 30, like
he's growing fast.
He's growing, big time.
Although he was doing like all those pages not in a week's time. I think he did like a bit of it in a chunk and then started posting it, right? But you see a jump in level, and I remember him talking about that on the podcast. Was like, oh, he talked to some professional artist. I'm assuming it was Jeff Darrow or something, but like he said he was talking to someone he really respects, and they were like, you're pretty good in the first page or whatever, second, okay, and then like by like the 10th page or whatever, it's getting way better. It's like, what is happening, So I mean, you're gonna grow as you make it. Same thing happened with me. You can look at my webcomic on Webtoons. It was the very first chapter I posted. It was dog water, and then the last one is better.
Yeah.
So-
like as long as we finish it, that's like the thing
yeah,
that
exactly.
matters.
Yeah.
So as long as you have fun with it and keep going, and whatever brings you back to the drafting table or whatever, then that's what's important. So
I just hope because I'm kind of confident with my drawing, because I've been drawing longer than I've been writing, so I'm just more kind of like concerned with like what if my writing's like dog shit or something, but I'm thinking like this is like an exercise in itself, because you're just working as you go.
Yeah, I think what's really important with comics too, especially if you're your own creator, like webcomics especially, like the writing is definitely important. That's what keeps people around. But also like a lot of us go into it from art first and then writers second, right? But as long as you keep going and keep leveling up that skill, take it a page at a time, I think you'll be okay. Like just thinking of it as in like, all right, 5 years later, how many pages are you going to have done? How many projects are you going to have under your belt? Not saying that you're going to work on the same one for 5 years, but you know what I mean? Like, you're going to have a few pages under your belt. You're going to have a lot of writing under that, a lot of hours doing it. So as long as you keep doing it, you're going to be fine.
See, I think it's funny because I feel like a lot of people always say that getting started is the hardest part,
Yeah.
and I think that's just a sack of crap. I think the hardest part is maintaining, is keeping
Yeah.
the momentum.
Maintaining it. Like starting, yes, starting is part of it. You know, people are afraid to start. It's like, what if I'm not good? You know, but a lot of us
Yeah,
at
but
one
what if you
point were just like,
don't
who
put it out
cares?
there at
Yeah.
all?
Yeah. I mean, it's like it's either no one sees it or, you know, you do it for yourself. You're not a snowflake, right? There's gonna be at least 1,000 other people that are gonna like what you're doing because you have the similar taste with them, right? So they're gonna see it. They're gonna dig it. They're gonna follow it, and then, you know, you're better off starting your webcomic now, building that fan base, because then they're gonna follow you, and then they're gonna be like, you know, I remember 5 years ago when she posted this webcomic, like, oh my, holy smokes, look at this now, it's crazy, you know. So it's a lot of like people following the journey too. So it's, you know.
Yeah. People do want to say, I was there at the beginning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I knew they were great.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So.
I'm kind of wondering though if I should like, you know, invest in a website because I'm not really a big fan of like the scrolling format with, you know, webtoons.
Yeah, I mean, I will argue this though with the scrolling format. People, like, it's gonna be good for people reading on their phones, and it's gonna be easier for them reading on their phones, so they don't have to pinch and zoom, you know. So they
Yeah.
kind of feel it out like Instagram, like they just keep scrolling, right? Like you look at everyone on their phones, they're just scrolling through it. They're not pinching and zooming, you know. So they're just thinking of it as like ease of access. But it's also like you doing that, you prepping the pages for the scroll format is also prepping for posting on Instagram and whatever social media platform, because then you have an image already cropped out and everything. Not saying that you have to do squares only or anything, but you know, just thinking of it in that, you know, design for the page, and then you can just cut it up and post it on your website as a scroll. Or maybe just post it as like the page, whatever you want to do, but then you can also crop them and put that as your Instagram posts or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say, if you want to see, because I did not want to format for the infinite scroll, so I just straight up on Webtoons, I've posted just my full pages as comic pages.
people do that
That's
too.
the way I
so.
wanted people to read it. That was my intention as the artist. I didn't want it to be in that format, so I did it the way I intended it. And it's like, you know, people like it, awesome. If not, then oh well. But I wanted people to be able to consume it the way that I had intended.
Yeah. I mean, it's whatever you have the energy for. You don't want to burn yourself out too. So.
Yeah. One of the other things though that I kind of like if you have your own website is that you could like create archives and like create like short character descriptions, and you know you could like aside from that you could like connect easily to like your other socials, which I think Webtoon doesn't really have the UI for. So
No.
yeah, that's something I'm kind of like wondering also.
Yeah, I think looking into WordPress and the it's kind of complicated to use a little bit, I will say, but looking into WordPress and the plugin called Tucheki, because I'm messing with that right now, like formatting some books and stuff for that, trying to make an archive and trying to get that set up, so then making like the Mouth Breathers Guild site, and then just like formatting, you know, the anthology and formatting other books and stuff for that, so that there's an archive on the site or whatever. Kind of testing it out for a bigger project later on, right? So, but messing with Tucheki, that seems to be the thing that a lot of webcomic artists use. Like Dave Kellett uses it for Drive. I know Brad Geiger uses it for Evil Inc. And there's like a few other webcomic artists out there that use that format, and there's like little how-to videos on how to upload it onto your WordPress site and everything. So there's a lot of customize, you can customize it a bit, and like, also edit your site to make it your site and your webcomic site, but you can also have that archive set up too. So and I know WordPress, I'm pretty sure, is a lot cheaper than Squarespace and all these other like website places, these website hosts. So
Yeah, I'll try to look into that
yeah,
when I get there. But yeah,
I'll send you
Oh,
some
gosh.
links. It's a lot to
It
deal
can be
with,
overwhelming,
but
but yeah.
it'll be worth it in time. So you'll definitely be helping your future self out, because also part of this comes with being a business person or an entrepreneur. Like if we don't think in that way, then people are going to try and take advantage of us. So, and I've already had that happen many times, of people trying and failing at it. So but just be be in the
Which is
know.
hard to believe because Manny is such a nice guy. I'm like, yeah, look at this pushover.
Right. Like,
but yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, at least I don't have to like code or anything. Like, at least it's kind of
Yeah.
like gives me most of the tools.
Yeah, WordPress, you
That's-
don't have to code. You don't have to do that. It's kind of just like finding the folder and finding the right folder to put your stuff in and label and whatever. You're not coding. It's just a lot. It is overwhelming, but you can figure it out.
But manageable.
Yeah. Just like one thing a day, or one thing every 2 days or something. Like make it like very simple, so you're not, your head's not exploding. Because I took a whole day to try and learn everything, in one go, and I was like, I don't know what I just learned.
I forgot. How do I do this?
I forgot everything. I don't know what I just did. How did I make that folder? I don't even know. So. But I will go back to it pretty soon. Probably in a few weeks, and then I'll make the website again.
One thing at a time.
Yeah. Gotta go at a good pace. But I think I'm gonna end the stream here, so we can say bye to our friends, our viewers here.
Yeah, thanks for listening to our rants.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for hanging out.
Did anybody stick around for the whole thing?
I think Silo Billy did for most of it. For a good bit.
Yeah.
What
So-
a Chad,
Oh, yeah.
man. He's
Yeah.
awesome.
All right. They're working on a mini comic as well, so that's good.
Dang.
Nice.
Love it.
Good luck
Yeah.
with it.
Got lots of
Heck yeah.
makers up in here. I like that. But
Lots of doers.
oh
Lots
yeah.
of makers.
Oh yeah. But hopefully the convos were fun, everyone. I think they were. But anyways, you have a good night. We'll see you next time. Enjoy.